A harvest more than 60 years in the making is playing out in fields across Michigan as farmers harvest more than 32,000 acres of industrial hemp. It's the first time the crop has been legally harvested since 1957. And with up and down markets and uncertainty with once reliable trade partners near and far, growing and harvesting industrial hemp may be just what the doctor ordered for some farmers, including Ubly, Michigan's HemPure Farm, owned and operated by Clint, Keith, and Brad Hagan.
We felt as though if there was ever a time to take a chance on a crop, this was the year. We really didn't stand a chance of losing much per acre in the fact that we weren't going to the field to know that we're going to profit $100 an acre on our white wheat or our navy beans. So we figured, let's take a chance on some of this hemp. We knew it was new to the area. We were always up for a challenge. So it was a significant investment. I shouldn't say that we're going out to not lose money or anything like that, but it's been a challenge. It's definitely something different and like nothing else we've ever grown.
Everything about hemp is expensive, from the seeds to the maintenance to the harvest to the marketing. Every phase of the process has been a challenge, from just putting the seed in the ground to managing the weeds in an organic fashion to now trying to harvest a crop that hasn't been grown in Michigan in decades.
One of the biggest challenges the Hagan brothers faced on their 340 acres of hemp: weeds. And while weeds pose a problem for most crops, you can't spray hemp to get rid of them.
The hemp plant, it's a plant that actually will pull toxins from the soil. So if you have metals, you have chemicals, you have anything like that in your ground, the plant will pull it up and it will test in your sample when you take it to your lab. So if your ultimate goal is to produce a smokable flower or to produce a biomass that is ultimately going to be turned into CBD, those processors or those buyers will want a sample, and they will test for metals and they will test for chemicals. And if you put anything on these things, it will pick it up. Staying on top of your fields and staying on top of the weeds is paramount if you want to have a good standing crop. And there were a few times where we were almost choked out by a couple different weeds that they spread like wildfire. Thankfully, we were able to catch it, get it taken care of. The field right behind me was one of those fields, and we've got a tremendous stand because of it.
I had 52 different high school aged kids from around the area that actually come out and hoed weeds for us. So that was fantastic to see. Had 41 or 42 in the field at one time.
Here we have a hemp plant. We've got the main cola, which is here at the top. A lot of people will kind of cut this off, say about here, and use this as like a premium smokable flower. This particular variety, as of last week, was testing at 18.5% CBD, which is our highest strain.
CBD products are growing rapidly in popularity. Industrial hemp, which has lower amounts of THC than marijuana, is used to make these products. The question is, how do you get it from field to vial?
There's no set market for hemp. What there is there's different avenues in which you could sell it. You can sell it as a biomass, a dried biomass. You could sell it as a smokable flower. You can sell it as, you can take it through a processing and get it down to a distillate, which is one of the products where CBD is actually in highest concentration. An isolate, which is a powder form of CBD. What we're actually doing is we'll be taking our product, grinding it, chopping it, putting it into a wet biomass, ultimately to be dried, and then that dried biomass will go on to a processor, turn to a distillate, and we'll ultimately sell that distillate to a manufacturer.
This week, USDA released its long-awaited rules and regulations for industrial hemp, which lay out procedures for growers to follow, testing concentration levels of THC, and what to do with plants that have too much THC.